Hey, has anybody seen Kathleen? Control room, have you guys seen her? Shannon, is she out there with you?
Kathleen's not in Times Square. I thought she was with you guys.
Hey Shannon, hey Camille. You guys were wondering where I am, right? Well, I'm actually here in New York City at the Women's March. It is International Women's Day, and today is a day without women. So I just wanted to show you guys what it would be like if I didn't run the show. Clearly, you can't do without me, so I guess I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Just giving you a taste of what it would be like if women weren't around. Not so great, huh? Well, thank you so much for tuning into the Weekly Wrap. Of course, I'm your host, Cathleen Trigg-Jones, and as you may have guessed, on this episode, we are celebrating one of man's best creations ever, the woman. Can you imagine a day without us? I don't even think the world could survive. I mean, women have been breaking ceilings and making history since the beginning of time. We've blazed the trail in all aspects of education, politics, sports, the arts, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, imagine if we didn't exist, if we suddenly went on strike, taking a break from our jobs, our homes, our children, our hubbies, or significant others. And what if we put our wallets away and stopped shopping? Now that makes me think, maybe we won't go that far, but the world would literally stop, don't you think? Our senior correspondent, Shannon Lanier, decided to go out and put that notion to the test. Hey, Shannon.
I'm sorry, Kathleen. I'm just getting a little emotional thinking about a world without women. But let's find out how other people feel. What would this world be like without women?
It wouldn't be a world.
Wow, preach.
Because we the best.
Wow, preach. What would the world be like without women?
Miserable. It'd be a horrible place.
Why is that?
Women are amazing. They bring perspective, I think, to a lot of things where men would just go crazy.
So would you be able to survive without a woman in your life?
No.
How would men fare without you all?
They wouldn't exist. They wouldn't know what to do, where to go, how to do it.
It would be horrific. I mean, it would cease to exist.
Besides not have to carry their purses, what would the world be like?
Most difficult. It would be really difficult without women.
Terrible.
Who runs the world?
Girls!
Who runs the world?
Girls!
Who runs the world?
Heavenly Father, we
Yes,
bow
Lord.
to you, Lord.
Oh, yes.
And we thank you for the women who take it upon themselves to put up with the men when they don't pick up their clothes and they don't put the toilet seats down. Oh, thank
Yes,
you, Lord, for
Lord.
bringing them into our lives.
Yes.
But please give them guidance.
Yeah.
In
Amen.
Jesus'
Hey,
name,
hey,
amen.
Hey, hey, up.
Do you dance?
All right, Kathleen, you and all the other women around the world cannot disappear on us again. And how do I feel about not having women in the world?
I hear you, Shannon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere anyway because I've got work to do. I'm sure the world would not be as advanced as it is today, though. Let's face it. Because women are out here making tremendous moves. Take a look at pilot Stephanie Johnson and Dawn Cook, who made history by flying a Delta mainland flight. The duo flew from Detroit to Las Vegas, becoming the first African-American women to make up the cockpit crew of one of Delta's mainland flights. Yes. And this isn't the first for Johnson either. She actually made history as Delta's first African-American female captain back in 2016. And with everything going on in the world, though, having a platform and not using it to stand up for what you believe in would just be a waste. Although everyone hasn't completely embraced the social responsibility that comes with being a public figure, there are some young women that have taken that role with pride.
I am from Britain, and I think it is right that I am paid the same as my male counterparts. I think it is right that I should be able to make decisions about my own body. I think it is right that women be involved on my behalf in the policies and the decisions that will affect my life.
Many shows consciously and unconsciously perpetuate stereotypes by creating characters or casting people based on what a few in power seem to deem as believable.
Yes, preach. Just makes so much sense, right? Well, they're not the only ones taking a stand. Actress Amanda Stenberg has used her platform to constantly highlight the appropriation of black culture in the media. And WNBA player Maya Moore has been active in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, these young women are not afraid to voice their opinions on topics ranging from social justice, women equality, and human rights, and more power to them. If these young women can take a stand, imagine what would happen if we all did. Women are powerful creatures, let's face it, especially when we work together. You saw what happened for the Women's March. Well, the organizers of the Women's March thought it would be a great idea to show the world exactly what it would be like for a day without women. And the Weekly Wrap crew went out to participate.
So we're down here at the March for the International Women's Day. We are only feet away from Trump Tower, and there's women here dressed in red supporting. There's signs everywhere, signs about abortion, signs about race equality, and the feeling here is just monumental. It's so good to see so many women here and men supporting each other, supporting women's rights, and just making sure everyone's voice is heard.
I have Angela and Eric here today out to celebrate the International Women's Day. So if you could just tell me a little bit about why are you here today? Why is this really important to you?
Because my mom was an immigrant, so she came from Mexico, so I'm like a daughter of an immigrant, and it was difficult for me to see her, like all the stuff that she go through to get here. Yeah. And now like she's afraid, like if we go back to my grandmother, she's scared she's gonna get deported and she can't come back. So I want to fight for her rights, my grandmother's rights, and anyone, like all the women in my life, like all their rights.
We're here today with a special outrage and a special message because Donald Trump is a sexual predator in the White House. And Mike Pence is a woman hater. He's a Christian fascist. They're gunning for women's right to abortion, the right to birth control. They're fighting for a form of female enslavement on top of the violence that women already endure.
You know, growing up in a family that kind of, you know, values pro-life, I didn't really get a grasp on that, but now I have, and so, you know, here I am fighting for that.
And the pants that I'm wearing are blood-soaked. And this represents the millions of women who have died around the world and in this country for lack of safe, legal abortion.
We had such a good time at the march. Every point of view was expressed there, and so many strong-minded and powerful women. Now, we really can move mountains if we put our minds to it, so watch out, fellas. I think we've proven that women can actually run the world. There's never been a more exciting time to be a woman. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to hear from you. Please sound off below or visit me at Cathleen.com and have an amazing week, everyone.